Namaste and hello everyone. I'm Swati Almal, President of West Bengal Marketing Council. And on behalf of National Marketing Council, West Bengal Marketing Council, and all our social media partners, I welcome you all to Pehchan the Virtual Heart. Virtual Heart Pehchan is an online platform where women can showcase their products and services absolutely for free. And we are all here today to support the campaign Let's Grow Together. So today in our panel, we have Ms. Damayanti Barua, who is the president of Delhi Marketing Council and a member of National Marketing Council. We have Ms. Priyanka Shah, who is the vice president of West Bengal Marketing Council. Ms. Srividya Sainathan, who is a content writer and helps us in West Bengal Marketing Council. And today's guest entrepreneur is Vishruti. She's also known as Karunamai, and she is a home chef in Kolkata and also founder of OMSOM, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, AUM and SOME. So welcome, Vishruti. And we also have Shweta Chopra, who has recently joined us. She is president of Haryana Marketing Council. Thank you for joining, Shweta. So back to Vishruti.
Hi.
Yes, welcome, Vishruti. And please tell us about yourself, your journey, and your story.
Hi. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity, this platform to talk about what I feel really passionate about. This food delivery business called OMSOM and basically deal with South Indian food, batters for idli, dosa and appam. I do pickles, masalas, and very recently I started growing microgreens as well. Uh, so within idli dosa batters, I have a huge variety because in my family we 8 of us live together, and out of these eight, 5 of them are diabetics, so they can't have idli dosa every day. So I was like, okay, what are the options? And I explored and I figured out that we could do millet batters, which are no rice batters. So slowly, with a lot of invention, right now I have 9 varieties of batters for idli dosa, and I'm coming up with 2 more varieties. So that's my basic thing about OMSAM. My past is educationally I've been trained as a space designer. So I was a wedding designer, exhibition designer, and after that I kind of moved away from that. I got trained as a spiritual guide, and then about 2 years back I started working, making this batter, and that's how this entire OMSOM started.
You're also a spiritual guide and also a trained professional in fashion designing from NID Ahmedabad. That is really inspiring. So, ladies, any questions? Do you want to ask any questions? Please go ahead.
So yeah, Vishruti, I'm a clinical dietitian, and I was really intrigued because the way you started with the different kinds of batter, which is not based out of rice, and since you told that out of 8 family members, 5 are diabetic, so you wanted to give them something which is healthy and palatable. And 9 already are there and 2 in pipeline, right? So
Yes.
what are these batter basically? What are these made up of? So 9 varieties. So what is the difference? What are the
So
different
the
kinds?
regular batter, it has rice and dal. Then some people said, especially in the south, there is a lot of focus on ragi. It's very healthy, adds extra
Right.
nutrition. So
Yes.
we started adding ragi, but then that also has the base of rice. And even though ragi is a millet, you just cannot make a batter with only ragi. You need rice as a
True.
base to it. So then we started doing millets. So there's jawar and bajra. We mix both of that and we make batter out of that, which is no rice batter. Then we started with more varieties. Some people asked, "Don't you have organic, millets?" So then we started sourcing organic millets, and I was like, "Why mix the millets? People want to have that. Each millet has a little unique taste, sabka." So I started having different batters, different millets ka. So there's foxtail millet, little millet, kodo millet, panyard millet. All these millets organic. There is batter of those. Then there is very interesting black rice batter. So
Ah,
black rice is a very nutritious kind of a rice, and it was supposed to be a forbidden rice in the Chinese time.
true.
Only the emperors could have it. Only the royal family could have it. The others were not allowed to have it. But it has wonderful healing properties. So we started making black rice batter, and there is red rice batter, which is of the south. So yeah, there are 9 varieties of batter.
Interesting. So the dosas, do they come out crispy when we use this batter? Because see, if I try to make a ragi, if I try to just indigenously घर में बना के बनाया, तो वो क्या, तो वो चिल्ला बन जाता है, डोसा तो कम बनता है, crispy नहीं रहता है. So just wanted to know, when we use this batter, do they come out as crispy as the regular dosa?
So making dosa is a little tricky business. You need to have the right tawa, you need to have the right temperature, you need to have the right amount of oil, ghee, and then when you're spreading it, so if you spread it rightly, if you have the conditions correct, then your dosa comes out crisp.
Oh,
But then if it
perfect.
doesn't, there are these small, thicker, dosas that also can be made crisp if it's made on the slow flame. So initially, a lot of people ask कि हमारा तो crisp dosa बनता ही नहीं है. How do you make crisp dosa? So I made a video about it. This is how you can make nice crisp dosas.
That's nice. That's very nice. That will be a nice guide for others to prepare
Yeah.
dosa, because as
Yeah.
such, baking dosa is an art. Damayanti, do you have any questions? Please. You are muted, ma. Please unmute yourself.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, it is so amazing to hear that there are 9 varieties. I am only aware of one variety. This is an enlightenment session for me. So I understand that, I mean, from your conversation that you mentioned, you said that, 2 years back you started with this. So was it because of COVID, or is it an after effect of COVID? How did COVID come in this whole space, fit into this?
So, 2 years back, I mean, when I started this, there was no COVID. I started in November 2019. COVID
Then it's
hit
more than
in
2 years
March.
now, almost. Yeah.
So November 28th will be my second anniversary.
Second, yeah.
So that time there were in Kolkata where we live, there was very little variety of batter available. Very few places where batter was available. It was not available all the time. So I used to buy the powdered form and used to make idlis with it. But you can't make dosas with it. You have to buy separate thing for dosas. So it was quite painful, and my kids are like, "Aaj mujhe dosa khana hai," and then there's no batter available in the market. And after college, you start working and all. You don't have time to grind batter at home. So I never went into that thing. But after having 2 kids, I was like, kids want to have dosa. Dosa ka batter is not available, so why not now start making? So I started making. It came out well, and I was like, there are many more people like me who are working, who are not getting the batter. Then why not share it with them? So it all began with that, and slowly, things just kept falling in place. One after the other, things happened, and we started rolling out batters and idli, sambar, chutney.
That's interesting. So actually, I think a lot of moms get into these innovative stuff primarily being pushed by kids. So children become
Absolutely,
our
absolutely.
inspirations for some reason. So
It was
now that
also it was also the reason why I started doing pickles, because once I started making batter, there was that mental block in my mind that I can't do stuff and I have to just buy stuff from outside. That just broke, and I came across my grandmother's diary, which has all these wonderful recipes of the past. So I started making pickles in December 2019. I had never made pickles उससे पहले, and it came out very well. So I was like, अरे वाह, this has also come out nice. अब homemade है, why not share this ahead? So I
yeah,
started sharing that also ahead. So one by one, things just started happening, and it was so beautifully everyone accepted and embraced the stuff that I was creating. It was very encouraging for me. So I started making more and more stuff. I started making masalas during the COVID time, because the masalas that I was using for my sambar and other things, the market was shut down. I was not able to source it. So all the stock that I had was over. So how could I do further? So I started making masalas. I started experimenting. 3-4 times experiment kiya. I got my perfect match. So I started doing masalas also. So one by one things started adding up onto the menu.
That's interesting.
Thank you.
So it's a good,
uh,
nice transition. Interesting transition.
Thank you.
Vishnuti, one question. Your microgreens which you are growing, right?
Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
many varieties of microgreens are there, and longevity क्या रहती है जब आप उसको भेजते हो? Like वो pan India होता
Shelf
है कि
life.
Calcutta होता है? And उसका longevity तो बहुत कम होगा ना, because they are very delicate, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
just throw some
Very
light on
little.
your microgreens.
I have about 10, 11 varieties of microgreens. So I grow them on order only because there's no point in growing and keeping them. I grow them on order and I harvest and give fresh microgreens. People who order from me, they order because they use it on a general basis in their food. So they don't have to like store it for a long time. But still if you store it properly within the refrigerator, जैसे हम लोग धनिया पत्ता या कड़ी पत्ता store करते हैं, it goes. If you store it nicely, हफ्ता भर भी चलता है. If you don't store it well, 2 दिन में खराब हो जाता है. It's the same with microgreens. So if you store it nicely, नीचे टिश्यू लगा के या in a nice plastic container, then it has a nice shelf life. It goes up to a week to 10 days.
Yeah, I'd like to add to what Priyanka has said, because generally even batters and all, na, the shelf life of these products are very less compared to other products, and also few of them are perishable. So how are you managing it? Like, something, if it is non-perishable and if the shelf life is like, long, it is easy for delivering. So what are the things you're taking care for delivering a product? I mean, delivering the
work
stuff.
Right. I work only on pre-orders. I do
Okay.
not make
Okay.
mistakes. So one day before, I have my orders with me, and accordingly I create. I always create 2-3 liters extra because last minute orders are there, and batter making
Okay.
is almost a 24-hour process. So, but I always keep 2-3 liters extra, and
Okay.
so that ways I manage my wastage. I very rarely have wastage that ways.
Okay. Okay.
No, no,
Shweta, do
no.
you want to ask something?
No, no, I want
Yes,
to
yes,
ask one thing.
Hmm.
One thing, Shweta, just
no problem.
Vishnuti, what I'm asking, so आपसे मैंने order किया batter suppose आज, ठीक है, and मुझे कल को बनाना है, but for some reason I cannot make it tomorrow. So how long can I store it in my general refrigerator? Because I don't have the expertise like you have.
Correct, correct. So if you're taking the batter, the same batter is used for both idli and dosa. For idli, up to 2 to 3 days, the batter is good.
Yes.
But after that ना उसका वो जो अंदर जो lightness होता है वो बैठ जाता है. So then
Fermentation का जो fluffiness होता है वो बैठ जाता
that वो बैठ जाता है. So then up to a week also it's good for making dosas, but not for idlis. But first 2-3
Yeah,
days
Shweta.
it's good for idlis.
है.
Yeah.
Shweta,
I
please
think
go ahead.
so nice hearing that you're keeping some of the traditional things alive. A lot of times we want to learn cooking and baking of things which don't even exist in India, but we don't know how to make the typical achar, chutneys, and batter. And I personally feel that making a batter is an art. It's not necessary every time you get a good batter. Sometimes it rises, sometimes it's not fluffy. All these things are there. I personally have invested in a wet grinder, to be able to make the right batter. And I stay in Delhi, right? So Delhi is not a place where, you easily get South Indian food. And it's very different from the food that you get in, it's not the authentic type. It's a Delhi South Indian, which I call it. But I think that's great. What I'm understanding from what you are, answering from everyone, that it looks like it's a very local business that you are working in, or do you also sell outside of Calcutta?
No. Very localized, and my delivery area is in a radius of 5 kilometers. Though I am planning to increase that radius right now by introducing a couple of pickup points, because some friends and one of clients who are a little far away, 10, 12, 15 kilometers away. But for them, I used to deliver via Swiggy Genie, but now that's very expensive. It's more, the delivery cost is more than the product cost. So I'm introducing pickup points in different parts of Kolkata where people can just take on the spot.
Ladies, इससे एक
I want to
idea आता
also
है.
check with you. Would
हाँ.
you be open to train a few people in Delhi?
That is what I'm trying to
interested in
tell. Yeah, from
opening
past few
similar
minutes.
exercise? They may not make it as
So
good
you
as you,
can
but
actually
whole
a
journey that you
franchise.
have taken.
Yeah. I was just trying to tell the same thing past 2 minutes कि एक idea आया है, because since you are in Delhi, now how you can utilize it. So something like a franchise, like she's rightly said, like, same quantity and all, if you could train, and then, like, probably it could go with the same brand name, OMSOM. And then, like, the franchise, the way they charge and they do, that is a good opportunity which is just developed from this platform. So you can think about it, Shweta and Damayanti, you can support her in this. And if
Let me check,
somebody,
and if you're open, I'm more than happy to check around and see.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
know a lot of people want to do this, but they don't know where to get the ingredients, where to get the training, because this whole thing is about skill, right? You could teach.
No,
you
but
could
the
give them
masalas and pickles
The
and all
pickles.
can still be couriered. I mean, can be delivered, and the same brand, and because of the natural additives and preservatives, they can be sold in the same fashion even in Delhi and Haryana also. But
No,
then
absolutely.
the batters she has to train. So I think a good opportunity should erupt from this platform itself. So I think we should talk after the the session ki how we can take it ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
if you're
much,
open,
Shweta.
we are
Thank
very
you.
happy to talk to people around us and get them in touch with you, because I think what we are also trying to do through this Pehchan initiative, which Swati has
Yes.
initiated, is
Yes.
create create empowerment for women like us, and we can only help each other, right? So
Yes,
that's where
yes, that is true. Thank you so much, Shweta, for offering your support, and thank you. And Srividya and anybody, Srividya, you have any questions?
Yes, before I ask my question, I just wanted to say that I'm also a very loyal client of Vishruti, and I can vouch for those awesome batters. I'm a South Indian myself, but I love taking it from her. And what is more important is just not the taste. I can be assured that the quality of the product, it's impeccable. There is no adulteration. You don't have that faith when you buy it from the outside market. But that is there when I buy from her. So I'm a very, very loyal customer of hers, and fantastic.
That's
product.
great. We have a customer who's already used the product, and then we have authentic source where they're telling me it's beautiful. So that should be great. Yes.
Yes. And the question that I had for Vishruti is that I know that you're doing other things beyond OMSOM. So we wanted to know a little bit about that. I also don't know much about it. I believe you conduct workshops for children and things like that. So just tell us a little bit about that also.
Yeah, so like I said, I've been a trained designer and also a spiritual guide. So about 4 years back, me and two more of our friends, we got together to create some form of workshops for children where we were getting them to design solutions for environmental problems. So they would choose whatever environmental problem they wanted to work on, and they would design a solution for it. So we did those kind of workshops, and also because as a spiritual guide, I did sisterhood circles, introducing people to spirituality. Then after that, it all kind of just died out. One of them moved away, she got transferred, and so things kind of moved apart, and we stopped that. So that was under the name of Little Lightworkers. And very recently, one of my friends whose daughter had been a part of the workshops that we created, she sent me a video of the workshop, and she was like, it was so nice and so educative for the kids, and why don't you resume that? And it was such a rush of nostalgia for me, and the amount of fun I had with the children at that time. So I thought, why not? And for OMSOM, I recently took a new home because there was just too much happening within my house. I wasn't able to fit in everything. So I took a house closer to my house to work on OMSOM. So I said, I have this space, and why not utilize that for conducting workshops for children. So I am relaunching Little Lightworkers on 28th of November when OMSOM turns 2, and we'll have lots of classes for adults and children of various age groups. Right now, I'll be not conducting the classes myself. I'll probably do in January, Feb. But right now, I'm just curating classes by different people.
That's wonderful. A lot of talented people in the Wiki family. So hope we can connect, and
yes,
a lot of people will be
to connect with a lot of them.
Workshops for children. Yes. I hope it happens. Yeah.
That's very nice. Thank you so much, Srividya. So anybody else, Priyanka, Damayanti, any more questions you want to ask?
I guess most of the questions have been answered. So one thing that how this transition, Vishruti, from from NID, like the space designing, that's a totally different ballgame altogether, to this little light workers, what you said, and then to this batter making. So do we see some kind of a connect in it, or like a spiritual guide? So is there some connect, or is it just like how?
My parents are from UP, but dad was settled in Kerala. So I was born and brought up in the south. It's a very conservative kind of a place. So even though my parents were very broad-minded and they brought us up very well, and there weren't it wasn't the conservative kind of lifestyle that we followed in the childhood, but the society was such that the mind was very closed. Entry into NID was a divine guidance, I think, because it just opened up my vistas. I could think much beyond what I was used to thinking. It was like ek tala khol diya NID ne, and the mind just became so huge. There was such a lot of things in the world which I didn't know, and that is also the place where I met my Guru Ma, who was studying with me at NIT. And then later on, after I had my first child, I reconnected with my friend from NIT, who later on became my Guru Ma, and she trained me as a spiritual guide, and that helped me meet a lot of people, again give me a lot of confidence in myself, in what I do, and all that helped me today to do this business with a lot of authenticity. And everything that I cook, or I cook in this space, the very first thing when I do what I do when I come into this space where I cook is pray and ask the Lord to energize each and every morsel of food that goes out from this house, and energize each and every person who consumes that morsel of food. So there is a lot of divine energy and the blessings that are invoked in the food that I give out. So I just believe everything is just, it's one step, and there's a whole lot of connection that is not planned but divinely guided.
So yes, I can see the alignment, and now the name Om Sam and that Guru Ma, everything is making sense to us also. So definitely, and when you say that you are blessing each and every person who is going to have it, and that's a beautiful idea. Like the whole idea in itself is so pure. And so one more question, Vishruti, like what is the future for the Little Light Workers?
So I hope that we are able to connect with a lot more people and give them the kind of openness and the encouragement and the make them see the light within themselves, which I have seen over the past years with my Guru Ma, with being in NIT, and being open to so many vistas. I wish to bring that to people, to more and more people, to children, to women. So there's just so much. We are all just so closed energetically. Many times we do not know that. So the workshops that I will be curating here or conducting myself are aimed towards that.
Very nice. Lovely connecting with you, Vishruti, and definitely you have that calm in your face and when you talk. So that is definitely very visible, I guess. Yes, which is definitely not present in me.
No.
So I think is that all, ladies? Any more questions? Anything else that you want to tell? No. Okay. Fine. Thank you so much, Vishruti, for giving us your time and telling us about what you do and what you're doing. It is very inspiring and motivating for a lot of ladies there, women who are trying to, break those, impediments and move ahead and go and do something. And you here are a multitasker. So you are a great motivation, and you are an inspiration to a lot of women there. And we are all here to support you. And then let us take this campaign ahead. Let's grow together. Let's spread this video, and you all other women, if they want to join us, please do join us. And the information and the business details will be mentioned in the description box. So do subscribe us on YouTube. And thank you all ladies for your time. Thank you, Srividya, Damayanti, Shweta, Yukti, Priyanka, and Vishruti. Thank you for joining us today and sharing your story. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We
Thank
covered all
you.
of you. Thank you so much.